Today's video is going to be kind of about two things. I've got a paper here, or a post, I guess, from physics.org. Brain cells protect muscles from wasting away. And, same, physics.org. Genetic study uncovers clues to explain how killifish stop aging during menopause. Basically, what this paper is saying is, proteins aggregating in our brains as we age and potentially causing Alzheimer's disease. Berkeley, scientists have now found brain cells that can help clean up these tangles and prolong life. Well, they figured out how to do it in worms and possibly mice. What do you mean possibly mice? Either you have or you haven't. This could lead to drugs that improve muscle health or extend healthy human lifespan. Healthy human lifespan. See, that's the difference. You have to be healthy for them to prevent it. The research team's most recent discovery, published January 24th in the journal Science, is that a mere 4 giggle cells in the worm's brain control the stress response in cells throughout its body and increase the worm's lifespan by 75%. If we increased our lifespan by 75%, I'm a straight white male in America, so was it like 80? Is it 80? Imagine you live to 100. You could live to 175. And I kind of want to push this in with genetic study uncovers clues to explain how killifish stop aging during diapause. And what it is there are these fish in Africa that when they're eggs, only when they're eggs too, in Africa it dries up and gets hot. In these mud puddles and small ponds and everything, the fish eggs will actually go into a state of where they kind of just exist but don't. You know what I mean? Like it's diapause. They don't age. They just sit there. And then when the rains come and everything else, they come out of this diapause and they start aging again. Imagine coupling killifish diapause with brain cells protect muscles from aging, Alzheimer's and things like that, and the fatties inside your brain. There's also the jellyfish. There's the jellyfish that can actually, when it gets older, reverse its aging process and go back to the state of, like a baby or a larva or something, and then continuously do this over and over and over. Life is not as finite for a couple of species as previously thought. Some carbon-based life forms have mastered the effect of now we have in our own way, staving off disease, controlling fire, things like that. We've been able to mitigate these things. Natural disasters used to kill us. Now we've found ways to build around that. While these animals have it built into their DNA who they are or what they are, I just think it's interesting that we could possibly even have one of these. There's also the bacteria in space. There's a floating bacteria that can lay dormant in space, like in a hibernation sense, for forever. They just float around until eventually they float to an atmosphere or some form of it where that the conditions are good enough for them to live. They come out of this hibernation state and they're resistant to radiation. And it's if we could combine, even have just one of these, and with the human DNA, China's doing a lot, especially with that whole the chimera thing with the human and monkey. Basically, they have a monkey with 1 to 10,000 human DNA in it, which may not sound like a lot, but that is a step. They've created a living monkey with human DNA in it. The only place to go is up. Makes you think of makes you think of Planet of the Apes, huh? Anyways, leave what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think about this, or what else do you know of that I didn't find? It's interesting where we could be. Stephen Hawking once said that technology will not be where you want it in 5 years, but you cannot possibly imagine where it'll be in 10 years, which is true. Think about 5 years ago, we thought it would be farther than this, but 10 years ago, think about in 2010, everything that we have now in 2020. I wouldn't imagine this.